Welcome to Yahuah's Ministries. My name is Brother Tod Slaton, and we're going to be in Enoch. This is the Biblical Truths, Part 52. Enoch, Part 6, starting at chapter 72. And I think I messed up on my last post, and I posted that I did read chapter 72, but I've stopped at 71. Some of these are very, very long chapters, and then sometimes it depends on what I say. I had made a statement to him. I asked him, why did he choose me to do this when the words are transliterated from Hebrew and into words I can't read or pronounce. And he showed me why, because how many people is going to sit there and pause and type in the word to translate it just so I can hear it and over and over and over. And who's going to do all that about 50 times? And that's why he chose me. And I'm not getting too much out of Enoch like I thought it was, but might not be for me. It might be for somebody else. So I'm gonna do what he says do. Welcome for everybody that's new, and anybody that didn't. Welcome. I love all my people that stay. We're in chapter 72, but first, I forgot. I just had to start the video all over. I had started the video and I pressed stop instead of pause after I played the song. Now I started all over. All right, go with you, if you will, to First John 1 1 through 8. First, I'm gonna ask Yahuah, Yahuah, forgive me for my sins from last night, today, and tomorrow, or today, and we're supposed to repent daily. Forgive me for my sins and wash me in your blood. And I plead the blood, and I anoint myself for the Ruach to work through me, to not complain, but to do my job. It says, if we have not sinned, we are misleading ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we confess our sins, he's trustworthy and righteous to forgive us of our sins from all unrighteousness. If we say we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and the word is not in us. That's in the scripture. It ain't my word. Don't look at me. I done ran people off because of the truth. And then I thought to myself, well, you know what? He told me if I taught the truth, go with me next. 1 Corinthians 11:8. He told me if I taught the truth and didn't sugarcoat, and I don't sugarcoat. And I've seen a picture of a large, large church. It could have been 500,000 people in there. And this is what you get when you sugarcoat. And then they had a congregation of about 6 people. This is what you get when you tell the truth. Well, I would rather be a preacher and a teacher of the truth. I'd rather have less people. I'd rather have people that's gonna want to hear the truth, and then I'd rather run off people. And I've already told people, if you don't like the way I teach, or if you don't like the way I talk, it's not me, it's the Ruach. Pack your bags and go somewhere else and go find your sugarcoater. All y'all people that want to be sugarcoated, it's not a good thing. You need to hear the truth. The reason I took off my hat, every man prophesy 11. Did I say go to 1 Corinthians 11:4? 1 Corinthians 11:4 says, every man praying and prophesying with his head covered brings shame to his head. Every woman praying and prophesying with her head uncovered brings shame to her head. For as one that is shame to her head as it was covered. Go with me, if you would, to Matthew 6, 9 through 13. Okay, and pray with me. This is how we should pray. Our Father who is in heaven, let your name be set apart. Let your reign come down on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread, and forgive us of our debtors if we forgive our debtors. Do not lead us into trial, but deliver us from the wicked one, because yours is the power, we're in ever. Amen. Father, if I've run off anybody by accident, send them back. I know you will. If I've run off people because they're telling the truth, then that's their problem. That's not my problem. You told me to teach the truth. You told me I was a man of the truth. That's what you made me. And you asked me when I was asking and complaining about people being run off, you asked me, was I worried about more views or telling the truth and being a man of the truth? Well, I want to be a man of Yahuah who speaks nothing but truth. Go to Ephesians 6:14 through 17. Stand having having your waist with truth. You put on your breastplate of righteousness. You know, your feet with the preparation of peace. Having all take the shield of belief, will quench all fiery darts of the wicked one, and take the helmet of deliverance and the sword of the rock, which the word of you are. All right, I'll be back with a song. Be right back.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 12. And Yahuah said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship me on this mountain.
Morning and night, I will worship you. The purpose for my life is to worship you. I will worship you forever. In spirit and in truth, I will worship you. When all is said and done, I'll still worship you. Before your judgment throne, I will worship you. I will worship you forever. In spirit and in truth, I will worship you.
Revelation 12, verse 16. And the 24 elders who were seated on their thrones before Yahuah fell on their faces and worshipped him, saying, We give you thanks, Yahuah Elohim, the one who is and who was, because you have taken your great power and have begun to reign. I will worship you, Yahuah Elohim. I will worship you, Yahuah, my Elohim. I will worship you, Yahuah, my Elohim. I will worship you,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let me put that. They got a song after that on my last one. I'm going to pause and we're going to start in the Zephyr. In the Zephyr on the Enoch chapter 72. I'll be back. Oh, Lou White told me something, and I've been noticing something happening, but I didn't know it was rare. A lot of people have been telling me that my light shines, and I had a lady that told me that she said she called me the blessed paper man for the longest, and I never could figure it out. And I'm not a paper man. I'm just a sub. I refuse to work for the paper company because I'm not going to work 7 days a week, 30 days out the month. It's against Yahuah. You do not work on Sabbath day. So I'm a sub and I work when I can. Anyway, everyone she sees me, she calls me the blessed paper man. And I said, well, did you know I teach and preach or something? She said, no. She said, baby, your light shines. And I said, well, does it? So I got into teaching Yahuah and Yahushua to her and teaching her all that, and told her don't take it to a preacher or a pastor in the church because they're going to dilute it and tear it up. Get on your hands and knees and ask him to show you the truth. I told her about Saturday being the Sabbath, and she sounded like she was into it. And I've had other people say that my light shines. I've had people when I started the immersion, the baptism, I had everybody saying it wasn't needed. Now I have people on a list. I have about 14 people. And once I get started, I'm not getting any donations, so it looks like I'm going to have to get the money and use myself and do it myself. Because he never said he was going to provide the money. He just told me to do it. He never. He did. I thought he told. I thought, if I but now you never know. Maybe once I get immersions posted, get an immersion page. I have a website, yahuahsministries.net. Go visit it. I'm always making changes. Now, if you use a phone, it comes out all out of order and it's messed up, and I don't like it. And the website company said that's the way it is because I had 3 rows on the website on a laptop, and they want me to put everything in 1 row and do each page, and that would be a lot of pages, but I might have to do it because it's making the people look at it on a phone with the videos out of order, everything's out of order, everything. But if you look at it on a laptop or computer, it has 3 rows of everything, 3 rows of pictures. So I'm gonna have to make that decision. Um, I will play the song. I'm gonna get a sandwich right now, so I'm not sitting here hungry. I'll show up when you got back. Thank you. Okay. If I didn't say so, we're in the book of Shinnah. We're in the book of Shinnah, but I'm in the Zephyr, the book of Shinnah, which is Enoch, chapter 72. After this, the law, I beheld another law of an inferior luminary, the name of which the moon, and the orb of which is the orb of heaven, is the chariot. Secrets ascends, the wind blows, and the light is given as a measure. Every month it exists, and interest has become changed, and periods as periods of suns. When the moon is full, its light is a seventh portion from the light of the sun. Thus it rises and commences towards the east, goes forth 30 days. At this time it appears to become to you the beginning of the month, 30 days with the sun at the gate which the moon goes forth. Half of its extent, 7 portions, the whole orb is the void of light, except a 7th portion of the 14th uh, portion of its light. And and in the day it receives a 7th portion of light, and light by sevens by 1 portion by its half. It sets the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with it, and receiving a full portion of light. On that night it commences its period. Can't even believe I know the word. Previously of the day of the month, the moon sets with the sun. And that day, the 14th portion, that is half, it rises in the day with the 7 portions precisely, and in progress it causes the rising of the sun during the remainder of the periods increase into the 14 portions. Chapter 73. I got a name. I gotta make sure I'm gonna say right. I'll be right back. Well, praise Yahuah. Maybe he's helping me remember names because that's exactly the way I was going to say it. Then I saw another progress in the regulation of which he affected the moon, the progress of the moons and everything. Uriel showed me the holy angel who conducted them all, their stations. I wrote down as he showed me. I wrote down their months and their cure, the appearance of the light as it completed the 15 days into the 7th month, until it completes its light, it rising at the settings. On the stated months, it changed settings. On the stated months, it stated its progress on each. And 2 of the months with the moon on 2 gates, which was in the mist. In the third, fourth gate, it goes forth 7 days, makes it a circuit, and again it returns to the gates, whence it goes forth and completes the whole of the light. It declines in the sun and enters in the lights into the 6th gate. From the sun goes forth. When the sun precedes the 4th gate, it goes forth on 7 days until it passes from the 5th. Again, it returns to 7 days to the 4th gate, completing its light, declines and passes on the 1st day of the light. and returns on the seventh day to the fourth gate, which is the sun goes forth. Thus I beheld their stations as according to the fixed order of the months of their sun rises, as it sets. At those times were exceed of 30 days belonging to the sun, and the 5 years, all days belonging to each year of the 5 years when it's completed, and amount to 364 days. To the sun, stars belong 6 days, and six each of the 5 years, 30 days belonging to them, so that the moon has 30 days less than the sun and stars. The moon begins on the years extracting, and stations come forth to forwards and backwards in a single day, but the year may be changed with the correct precision 364 days. In 3 years, 1092, 92 in 5 years, they were 1820, and each year 1770 days, and the 75 moon in the 8 year, and the 2832 days. I kind of wonder if am I supposed to read all this stuff or just skip over and go to something that's in the years, like 80 days, which 80 days is the illumination, and 8 years, 10 years become truly complete, to the station of the moon of the sun which rises in the gates, because I don't find this very educating for me. Hold on, let me blow my nose. This is bothering me. Hold on. I just wonder if I should skip over. He didn't say for me to, but I mean, what is this benefiting? Chapter 74 says, these are the leaders of the chiefs of the thousand, which are over the creation, over the stars, which added, never separated from the place allotted them, according to a complete calculation of the year, and served 4 years, which is not calculated in the calculation of the year. Respecting them, men greater error, for these luminaries truly serve in the dwelling place of the world. One day the first gate, and the third gate, and the fourth gate, and the sixth gate, and the luminary of the world became complete. 364 state of it. For the signs, the season, the years, and the days, Uriel showed me. The angel of Yahuah, of glorified, appointed over the luminaries of the heaven and the world, that might rule in the face of the sky, appearing over the earth, become conductors of the days and nights, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the ministers of heavens, which made the circle with all chariots of heaven. Thus Uriel showed me 12 gates for the circuits of the sun, which the rays of the sun shot forth. From these proceed heat over the earth, and they open the seasons, and in the wind and the ruach of the dew, which in the seasons they are open in heaven extremities, 12 gates. I beheld in heaven at the extremities of the earth, a thought which the suns and the stars are the works in heaven, proceeding at the rising and the setting. Many windows also, and open in the right and the left. One window at the season extremely grows hot. So also are the 2 gates from which the stars go forth are commanded, and which are setting according to the number. I saw likewise chariots of heaven running in the world around the gates of which the stars turn, which never set, which is the greater one all which go around the world. Chapter 75. At the extremities of the earth I beheld 12 gates open for all the winds which they proceed and blow over all the earth. 3 of them are open in the front of heaven, and 3 in the west and right, on the right side of the heaven, and thus on the left. The 3 on the thus which are open on the east, thus towards the north, thus behind which we are open the left, towards the south, and 3 on the west. From the 4 of them proceed winds and blessings of health. From 8 proceed winds of punishment, when they're sent to destroy the earth, and heaven above it all, and its inhabitants, and all which were in waters on dry land. The first of these proceed the gate, turn the gate to the east, which inclines southward from the goes forth destruction, drought, heat, and perdition. From the second, the middle one proceeds accordingly. There, uh, there issue from rain, fruitlessness, health, and dew. From the third gate north proceeds cold and drought. After these proceed the south winds and principles. Those the first gate which inclines eastwards proceeds a hot wind. From the middle gate proceeds grateful odor, dew, and rain, health and life. From the third gate which westwards proceeds dew, rain, light, and instruction. After these winds are north, which is called the sea. From the three gates to the seventh gate of the east, inclining from the proceeds dew, rain, instruction of the middle direct gate. Dew and health from the third gate, which is westwards, inclining toward the south, proceed the most fruit, dew, rain, light. After these four winds of the west, for the first gate inclining, uh, dew, rain, cold, snow, and chill. From the middle gate proceed rain, health, and blessings. And from the last gate, which is southwards, proceed drought, destruction, scorching, and production. The count of the 12 gates of the 4 quarters of the heavens ended, and all the laws of their punishment, and the health of them have I explained to you, my son Malujalek. The first wind is called Eastern, and it's the first, and the second is called, just chapter 76, sorry. Chapter 76. The first one is called the East one because it's the first. The second is called the South, called Elon. Their descendants frequently is called Elon, descendants frequently and descends. There is blessed forever. The western wind has the name of the dimension, hold on a minute. I'm saying that word wrong. That word is diminution, because there are all luminaries of heaven diminished and descend. The fourth wind, which is named north, is divided into 3 parts, which is habitation of men, or not of seas of water, and valleys, woods, rivers, shady places, and snow. And the third part, paradise. 7 high mountains I beheld higher than all the mountains of the earth, which proceed while days, sevens, and years depart and pass away. 7 rivers I beheld upon the earth, and greater than all rivers, of the which takes course of the west into the great sea, its water flows. 2 come from the north to the sea, and the waters flowing into the. Before I miss, sound like it's Erythraean Sea on the east, and respect to the remaining fourth, they take the course of captivity of the north to the sea, and to the Erythraean Sea, and 2 were poured into the great sea, where they say to the desert, say great islands I saw in a sea on the earth, 7 in the great sea. We're at chapter 77, moving along. The names of the sons are these. Alright, let me stop, get the names. Aryes, the other Thomas. The moon has 4 names. The first is Asonia. The second, I'm just doing this because I don't want to miss it. It's important to say the names right. It's very bad if you say it wrong, even if you think you know it. I think it's better. Okay, that translated EBLA translated to possible, the third. I'm not sure if that's EBL. It didn't. I don't know why it did that, but it did. It translated to possible. The third. benes. It was broken up from one page to the other. And the fourth, now it's going to be this many words. I would have had to pause. Now I forgot my place. Oh. Now this one translated over to Seri, or transliterated. These are the two great luminaries, which orbs are the orbs of the heaven, and the dimensions of both are equal. In the orb of the sun are 7 parts of light, which are added more to the moon by the measure of putting in 7. The sun is departed, he set in the east great circuit of the north, and through eastern go forth in the face of heaven, which the moon appears in heaven, and the fourth to the 7th of the light in it, the 4 of the light completed. These back. It looks just like it sounds. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Quintuplets, light into it. I'm kind of wondering if I should skip and go to something that's beneficial, just like I'm going to do when I get into parts of the scripture. When I start from Genesis to Revelation, I'm not going to read out this one begot that one, this one begot that one, this one begot that one, or things that's not. I feel to move on because this is what I feel to do. I'm going to skip down. Verse 12 says, Yahuah likewise showed me another revelation when light is poured into the moon. Alright, let's move on. We're going to move on. I don't feel this is right. I think I wasted this video. Let's go to chapter 78 and see what it says. Okay, let's go to chapter 79. Okay, still talking about the suns and the moons, and I don't see where this is beneficial to anyone. Let's see what chapter 80 says. Okay, let's see what chapter 80. He said, O Shinnach, look on the zephyr of the tablets of heaven, which have gradually dropped down, and reading that is written in it, understand every part of it. Then I look at it all written in it, understand it. Reading the zephyr has everything written in it, all the works of man, all the of the children of flesh upon the earth, during all generations of the world. Immediately after I bless Yahuah, the King of glory, who thus forever formed the whole workmanship of the world. As I glorified Yahuah on account of the long suffering and blessing toward the children of the world at the time, I bless them. I blessed is the man who shall die righteous and good, against whom no callow. Doggone it! I know that word. Now I know why he chose me to do this. Who else is going to do this? If they don't know a word, they're going to pause it just to make sure they get it right. Looks like catalog. Catalog, it is. Catalog of crime has been written, to whom Inquilities is not found. And those holy ones caused me to approach and place me on earth before the door of the house. And they said to me everything to, now this word, I'm not going to try to say that, hold on. Methuselah, your son, and inform all your children that no flesh shall be justified before Yahuah, for he is their creator. Here in 1 year, now see, I feel in my spirit, reading all what I read, I wasted time. So I'm going to skip things and read what's I feel that's beneficial in my spirit that he leads me to do. Because I skipped a couple chapters and saved some time. And this is more beneficiary when I'm reading. No flesh shall be justified for Yahuah, for he's the creator. During the 1 year we have leave you with the children until you shall again recover your strength, that you may instruct your family. Write these things and explain them to the children, but in another year they shall take you from the midst, and your heart shall be strengthened, for the elect shall point out righteousness to the elect. The righteous which shall rejoice, congratulating each other. But the sinners shall die, and the perverted with the perverted shall be drowned. Those likewise who act righteously shall die on account of the works of man, and shall be gathered together on the account of the works of the wicked. And those 30 days finish conversion with me, and I return to my fellow man, being blessings Yahuah of worlds. Alright, we're in chapter 81. Excuse me, I keep burping. The sandwich must have been good. Now my son Methuselah, I think that's how, oh wait, ain't that how I said it? Methuselah. And all these things I speak to you and write for you. To you I have revealed all and given to you. Let me just make sure before I say it. Sounded like Safarian of, here's another one. Because I didn't even look at it like that. The way it's broke up into two parts, I wasn't looking at it. If I'd have just looked at it real good, it says everything. Preserve my son. There's that word, Methuselah or something. Serotonin, written by your father, I may reveal future generations. Wisdom have given you. Father, you need to, when I translate something, you need to put it in my head and keep it there. I give to you your children and prosperity, that you may reveal to your children for generations forever the wisdom of the thoughts, and those comprehend may not slumber, but hear their words. They may learn the wisdom of the them worthy of eating wholesome food. Blessed are those who are righteous, blessed are those who walk in righteousness, in whom is no crime of sinners, which all days are numbered. With respect to progress of sun in heaven, and it enters and it goes in the gate of 30 days, leaders of thousands, of which are added to pertain to the 4 quarters of the year, which conduct them and accompany at 4 periods. Respecting these, greatly err, do not calculate them in calculation of the every age. For the greatly error respected them, nor do men calculate accurately that they are in the calculation of the year, but indeed they are marked down forever in the first stage, one in the third, one in the fourth, one in the sixth, one in the, so the year is completed in the 300, I can't believe that word, and 640 days. Truly has been stated accurately, has been calculated, that was marked down. That was like the smartest, dumbest thing I ever translated. I tried to translate everything because it was broke up in 2 parts. It didn't look like it. For the luminaries of the months, 5th periods of the year and the days, Uriel has explained to me, communicated to me, whom Yahuah of all creations. That's like I'm trying to translate my own name because it wasn't put together. On my account, commanded according to the might of heaven and the power which possess both by night and by day, to explain light to men, suns and moons, stars, and powers of heaven. Here we go again. This is the ordinance of the stars. Alright, the names, conducting seasons, years. Alright, let's get out of the stars. Alright, let's get out of all this. And the signs of the days, and these are these, and let's skip on down. Let's go to chapter 82. And I have shown you my son. See, I just translated that word. I wanted to make sure I say it right. Methuselah. Every sight I saw prior to your birth, I was related another vision where I saw I was married. They resemble each other. The first, and I was learning a zephyr, and other before I married your mother. I saw a potential vision. In account of these, I besought Yahuah, lying down in the house of the grandfather. Here we go again. Sounded like Melalel. I saw in a vision heaven thrown down and removed, and when I fell upon the earth likewise, and earth absorbed by great abyss, and mountains suspended over mountains, hills were sinking upon hills, Lofty trees were gliding off their trunks and the act of project of sinking into abyss. At these things the word fell in my mouth, and I cried out and said, "The earth is destroyed." Then my grandfather, whatever that word I just said, Meladel, raised me up and said to me, "Why do you thus cry out, my son, and therefore do lament? I've related to him thus whole visions I've seen. He said to me, confirm this which you have seen, my son, and potent division of the street, the dream, doggone it, respecting every sin of the earth. Its sustained shall sink into the abyss with great destruction in place. Now, my son, rise up and beseech Yahuah of glory, for you are faithful and remember it. Remember it. May you left upon the earth and be wholly destroy it. Wait, and he would not wholly destroy it. My son, in all calamity upon earth comes down from heaven, upon earth shall be great destructions. There I also arose and prayed, entreated, and wrote down the prayer for generations of the world, explaining upon my son that word again, Methuselah. Y'all know what I said. I don't feel like when I when I went down looking up to the heaven, beheld the sun proceeding from the east, sun proceeding from the few stars, everything which Elohim had known from the beginning. I guess I'm lazy. I blessed Yahuah for judgment and magnified him because he has sent forth the sun from the windows of the east and ascended from rising from the face of the heaven. It may spring up and pursue the faith has been appointed out to it. I'm too lazy to translate. I lit at chapter 83. I don't feel like picking up the white marker. I'm tired. I didn't want to get up and make the video today. That's what's wrong with me. I ain't got no energy. I stayed up a couple of days. I lift up my hands in righteousness and bless the holy. Sorry, Father. And the great one. No, that's not anything. I just said that. I'm sorry, Father. You. And the great one. I spoke with the breath of the mouth, with the tongue of flesh of Elohim. Has formed with all sons of immortal men, and he speak, giving in breath and tongue of converse with me. Blessed are you, O Yahuah, King of great power, for your greatness. Yahuah, all creatures of heaven, kings, Elohim of the whole earth, with reign and kingdom, majesty endure forever. From generation to generation shall dominate exist. All the heavens your throne forever, for all your earth a footstool forever and ever, for you had made them. For over all you react, no act. Whosoever exceeds your power with wisdom and unchangeable, nor your throne from the presence has averted. You know all things, you see them, nor everything concealed from your perceive all things. The angels of heavens have transgressed, and the mortal flesh shall. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me write down where I left off. I'm in a little bit of pain. I have to go turn on my stimulator. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop. This is my pain level, and it's 44 minutes anyway, and I have a song to play. I think I stopped at a mortal flesh shall wrath remain into the day of great judgment. Now, O Elohim Yahuah, mighty King, I entreat you and beseech you to great power and prosperity may be left to me on earth, as all men can perish, that the earth may be left dilute, and destruction take place over Macedonia. Let the race perish from. I'm just completely worn out and can't hardly hold my face up. I'm too lazy to translate the words. Translitigate them. The earth which has offended. And righteous for my right, established for plan of seed, forever hide your face from me, O Yahuah, from the power of your servant. Okay, we're going to stop at verse 83. We will pick up at 84 next time. I appreciate y'all. Y'all come back. I love all y'all. May Yahuah barak y'all. And I'm sorry, but my pain level is just too much, and I just don't have the energy to pick up the book. Everything is just it's too much. I didn't want to make the video, but I told him he wanted me to make one a day, and I missed yesterday. I didn't want to miss this one. Okay, I gotta upload them, and that takes a pretty good bit. I'm gonna play a song, and I'm gonna close out. Thank you.
Who will declare my name? Who will shout my name in the middle of the nation?
Hallelujah.
Who will take the shield of faith and the sword of my tongue and declare my name to a dying world? He who has declared me thus far will walk in even greater power. For the sands of time are running out, but my name will be declared in this final hour. I am Yahuah, I am that I am, and my trumpet will soon call out. I form the world with a whisper. Oh, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to shine. It's the name above all names. Oh, and we will declare it. Yes, we will declare it. It's the name above all names. And we will shout it to a dying world. I am Yahuwah. I am that I am. And my trumpet will soon call out. Oh, I form the world with a whisper, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to shine. It's the name above all names, and we will declare it. Oh, yes, we will declare it. It's the name above all names. And we will shout it to a dying world. And we will shout to a dying world. We will shout to a dying world.
Hallelujah. All right, I'm at 49 minutes and 23 seconds. I didn't get an hour, but I did close enough. 50 minutes is still an hour. Um, I could have made another 10 minutes if I'd forced myself. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, thanks. Come back tomorrow for chapter 84. And we're going to get through Enoch and skip anything that's not supposed to be or doesn't pertain or I don't feel, because I felt in my spirit already as I was reading Enoch, there were certain things that I kept saying to myself, to him, what am I reading this for? Well, he let me know in Genesis through Revelations that I could skip the things that didn't mean things. That what I want to teach is, I want to read and teach what means something. Just like Scripture. And I'm going to read most of the Bible, but there's parts that, there's certain things that don't persist us. I don't know why it was put in there. Anyway, I love y'all, and may you and Barack y'all, and I love y'all. Thank y'all very much for watching. Bye bye.